everyone, I am back with another speed build. Well, actually this one is more speed renovation, not build. But I am back, that part was true. Anyway, so you've probably seen this caravan slash RV several times by now, but it is really cute and I just wanted to renovate it a little bit. If you read the flavor text, it says that a conspiracy theorist lived here previously until one day he just up and vanished without a trace. So obviously you want to move your Sims in here. Great backstory there. I remember when my gran moved into her house that my granddad still lives in, and we were told, like, I think one of them sat on the sofa by the window and someone told them, oh yeah, that's where the previous owner died, and for some reason they were like, yeah, okay, we'll take the house. I would have been like, alright, yeah, I'll totally think about it. I'm not just trying to get out now, but see ya. But yeah, anyway, unrelated entirely. But yeah, here's the caravan. I'm gonna call it that. Some of you call it RV, but here I say caravan. And if I keep saying both, I'll end up trying to combine the words and saying something stupid. So I didn't want to change a lot of it. So I didn't actually change the shape of the build. I kept it tiny. I even kept the like awning thingies. They're not actually awnings. The things that look like storefront things. Yes, those. I kept those, I just changed the colour. We made it look a little bit more rustic and maybe kind of autumnal coloured. We make the sliding orange, and but I did stick on part of the new wallpaper, that sort of rusted, I don't know what it's called, the piping look, you know? Does that make sense? Not really, but you can see it. Just to make it look a little weathered, like it used to all be made of that, but then they worked on it to dress it up a little bit. I keep the door, which I think that door is really cute, by the way, and I like that swatch a lot too. And I guess I froze here for some reason. There we go, well done. I keep most of the windows, those sort of modern look, but I changed the front to be some windows we got from StrangerVille. I did keep a lot of the furniture, like those two deck chairs, they're not deck chairs, but outdoor chairs. Not indoor chairs, the outdoor ones. I keep those, and the picnic table, which I thought was really cute. After building this, I wondered briefly if I should have replicated the other gardens that you can see next to some of the other caravans that have the sort of the fake grass that's going in different directions, so one strip of grass looks lighter than the other, but I liked the way this looked with the sort of burnt looking grass, like scorched by sunlight. I didn't want a big fence, I wanted it to look really open, so we ended up just using this really small one, which Sims can actually walk over, by the way. I didn't know that. But yeah, they can literally walk over that one, so that's neat. Good to know. I wanted to keep those two chairs out the front of the fence, just because, I don't know, it was part of the build before, and it seemed really good for a paranoid place for someone to just sit there and watch the neighbourhood. I wish, even if you can't move Sims into the other caravans, I wish you could still see people coming out of them sometimes. I don't know, maybe it would look weird. Yeah, maybe it would, but I don't know, it feels a little bit lifeless being surrounded by all of these other caravans and no one ever comes out. But hey, maybe they were all abducted and turned into plant people. Haven't done the playthrough just yet. Actually, for once, I'm wondering if to do a let's play. I'm not totally sure, but I am considering it because I do really like story modes, to be fair, and I made 2 Sims just for StrangerVille and I really like them. I think I'm going to make a Simstagram for them. I already have a Simstagram for my green-haired Sim that I made when City Living came out, and somehow she's still going strong. But yeah, I also made 2 boys specifically for this. I don't know if I mentioned it in a previous video. I feel like I've talked about it a lot, but I think I've only talked about it a lot to like one person, so... But basically, they are only like, I don't know, I'm not sure exactly how old they are, like 17 or 18. But they were kicked out of high school because, you know, they're delinquents, they get into a lot of fights, they've been in gangs and stuff before, that kind of thing. So their parents get sick of them and decide to enlist them into the military, which is why they get sent out here to StrangerVille. I am eventually going to have them live here for a while, until they make more money and move somewhere nicer. But I do want them to live in this trailer park for a while, but for now they have to live in barracks, so I'm actually building some military barracks for them to live in. Might have to make them roommates so it doesn't seem like, you know, devoid of life. I always end up doing that sort of thing, like, oh, for the story I need to build this thing. Like, for my current Instagram story I currently need to build a recording studio. So that will be something. Maybe I'll record it. I don't know. Like, sometimes I build stuff for my story which I think will turn out crappy because it's just for background decor, but then I end up going all out and wishing I'd recorded it, so maybe I should just start recording everything, honestly. But yeah, I don't know, I might do a let's play with them. I'm not sure because I've never done one, and I never actually really wanted to, but I kind of want to this time, and so maybe I will, I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to keep the insides orange too, just wanted a bright kind of theme. I keep the kitchen pretty much identical to how it currently is. I just change it to be more yellowy, just to make it warmer colours, I don't know, why not? I do end up adding clutter, but I do leave that middle kitchen island empty because otherwise your Sims can't prepare food. But I do add a shelf above the sink with just some clutter on it to make the kitchen look a little more used, because like I said in the descriptive text about this lot, it says that someone lived here and then just left one day without a trace. And if they were a paranoid person, they probably didn't get close to many people and never told anyone. By the way, just so we all know, in this house we stan Erwin. He is adorable. You know, the ginger guy who... the ginger sim... I can't speak. The ginger sim sort of Nick next door. Yeah, he is adorable. So on his, like, on his bit he's got... Is he talking to that other sim that was in the trailer? Girl wants to find out, because they're in the comic together as well, and she's like, I'm gonna find out what's going on no matter what, and he's like, you can't, it's dangerous. But I guess they're working together, that's so sweet. Is she on the gallery? Because I kind of want to download her. I'm a bit of a fan of her. She's so cute. Maybe my Sims can meet her, they can work together. Anyway, I really love the posters, by the way. Those are pretty dank. And the bath. The DIY bath with the hose for a shower. That's great. Had to use it. I went a little over budget for this. It's going to remain a starter home. It was 16k to begin with, or thereabouts. It is now, like, I think 28. Yeah, I'm bad budgeting in The Sims. Probably in real life too, to be quite honest, but I tried. I don't know, this place probably isn't worth it for 28k simoleons, but you know. It's because of all the decor. I wanted it to look cluttered, but clutter costs a lot of money. Meh. Oh, I put up a lot of clocks here because, I don't know, I feel like that shows that the person who lived here before was incredibly paranoid, overly nervous, and going a bit crazy maybe. I really like that painting fused with a clock thing. I don't know what to call it, but I like it a lot. I feel like you'd see that in pubs here in England. A lot of the decor in this is great. I'm a big fan of Fallout. That might be another reason why. Speaking of which, so you know we just mentioned Erwin's stall, where he's the microchips and everything. On that stall he has a dinosaur figure. Is that possibly a reference to Novak in Fallout New Vegas? That I might be like overthinking it, because Lisa Springs has a massive dinosaur sculpture and they were just like, oh, we can just miniaturize that and use that as decor. But I don't know, because it's kind of meant, it's not really post-apocalyptic dystopian sort of world, so maybe it's meant to be a Fallout reference, but I don't know. I'm gonna lie to myself. That's what I always do to cope. Oh god, that was a joke, by the way. Oh, I totally missed me doing this because I tend to like look around the room nervously while talking when I'm recording, but outside the front of the caravan, or the side rather, I put on that decorative light piece that looks like the front of a car or bus or trailer to use. So, you know, this trailer used to be drivable. but without, I kind of wanted to make an area that looked like this lot was drivable. The main reason I didn't was because it would take up too much room. Off camera I tried using the new, I think it's like a stereo thing, I can't remember, but I used something from StrangerVille to try and make a sort of driving area, or something resembling a driving area. And it looked okay, kind of, but it took up tons of room, and for something that only kind of looked okay, I didn't want it to take up that much room, so I got rid of it. This place isn't movable. You can't drive this caravan, it's staying right here. Oh, I did this. So I took that thick TV, thick with 2 C's, just by the way, and put it on the wall in front of the bed. They can watch it. They will always go sit on that chair that I put next to the computer sort of area. They won't watch it from the bed, but I still like it, and it is usable anyway. But yeah, I just raised up the thick TV, made it look like it was sitting on a shelf, and then there's a tiny bit poking through the back of the wall. I just put a fire alarm on there to hide that, and it works fine. So yeah, workable TV in here. If you want to knock down the price a little bit, you can get rid of some of the electronics, like the laptop, or the TV. The kitchen is still the cheapest items, but I did get a better shower, or a more expensive one anyway. I don't know if it's better. Yeah, I was in here previously, so I had to change it. Thought about making it less offensive colours than orange. So we end up doing a mostly wood-looking effect. Wood-looking? It is wood. A wood on the floor. But I put tiles beneath the kitchen, one row of kitchen appliances, and in the bathroom, obviously. But yeah, I think. I didn't want to put a door in, because clearly only one person lives here. So, like, you know, why? There's no need. I do want to do a bigger caravan at some point, though. One of those sort of, fancy ones that have more than one room. I know there are some that exist that have an upstairs. I know that because of The Simpsons. It's one of my favourite episodes. It's the Bigfoot episode. I think it's in season 1, where Flanders buys one of those really impressive caravans and Homer gets a really crappy one, but they do look at that one that has a 2nd floor attic. I've been in a caravan and slept in it. My family have gone on 2 holidays, 3 actually. I forget the 3rd one because I was waiting for my GCSE results, and it was just a really anxious time. I did well, by the way, if anyone cares. You don't, but yeah. But yeah, I stayed in a caravan that had 3 rooms. They were all really tiny. Like, Tom and I live in a small room and people are constantly saying, how do you live in here? But caravan rooms are tiny. There is room for the slimmest of beds. Somehow they often fit 2 of those tiny, tiny beds in. To my recollection, caravan beds always felt damp. They weren't comfortable, but they were fine. But yeah, anyway, I want to do a big caravan with a couple of rooms, make it more like a holiday caravan. Strangely, if you know what I mean. But anyway, we're about to head into the tour, so I hope you like this renovation. It's up on the gallery if you want to download it under the same name as it already has. My gallery ID, blossombombs. Anyway, see you next time, guys. Bye! Hey guys, anyways, thanks again for watching. This is up on the gallery if you want to download it. My ID is blossombombs, and my dumbass forgot to say that this build only contains base game and StrangerVille items, so you don't need any other packs for it. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, bye.